Hello everyone, welcome to Genix Academy. My name is Lipsa Nandini and welcome back to the English language series. The topic for today is tenses. So, before getting into the topic, let's see what Genix has to offer you all. At Genix, we provide courses for all the competitive exams including banking, railway, SSC, OPSC, OSSC and OSSC exams. There are various facilities available as well, which include merit-based scholarships, experienced faculties from Bhubaneswar and Kolkata, access to absolutely free library and demo classes available for you all. So hurry up and come join us for a better future. Now, let's start with the topic. What do you understand by tenses? So, tenses is the form of verb in a sentence which denotes that an event has happened or will happen. Basically, a tense is the form of verb in a sentence that will tell you that either is it in past tense, present tense or in future tense, that is it has already happened or will happen. So the basic forms of tenses or types of tenses are of three types: past, present, future. So past tense is the tense obviously which denotes a verb or an action which has already happened. Already happened. Present tense denotes the verb or an action which is happening or is in the process of happening. Let's say happening now. So it is in the present. It's happening now. Whereas in the past tense, it has already happened. And finally, in the future tense, obviously, it denotes the verb or an action which is going to happen or will happen. Going to or will happen in the future. So these are the basic types of tenses, three types of tenses. But within these three types of tenses, there are more classifications of these tenses. Let's see what are they. So we will have to make a table here. Let's start with the present tense. So, under each of the tenses, there are four more classifications or four further classifications. The first one is simple. Second one is perfect. Third one is continuous. And the fourth one is perfect continuous. So the first is simple, then perfect, then continuous, and then perfect continuous. So let's see what is simple present tense. So for this entire thing, I am going to take a verb as an example so that you understand it better. Let's take the verb as play. It's P-L-A-Y, play. So how do we use play as a simple present tense? we will use it as it is, or we will attach an S to it, which is play or plays. Now, why did I write two different things? Because when in the previous classes we learned about subject-verb agreement, I said you that there is a basic rule that a singular subject will use a singular verb and a plural subject will use a plural verb. So, we will apply that here as well. Play is a plural verb which will be used by I, we, you and they. So I and you are the exceptions, but we and they are the plural subjects, so they will use the plural verb. Whereas he, she, it are the singular subjects and will use the singular verb which is plays. Remember I said you that the singular verbs attaches s or es at the end. So plays is the singular verb here and he, she, it will use plays. So within simple present tense we will use play or plays. For I, we, you, they, we will use play, and for he, she, it, we will use plays. So let's frame a sentence. Let's say, I like to play football. So with I will use play. I like to play football. Or another sentence, let's say, she plays cricket. She plays cricket. So that is your simple present tense where with she I will use plays. So she plays cricket. So I hope you've understood what is a simple present. Let's move on to what is a perfect present tense. So within the perfect tense we will use So, within the perfect tense, we will use has or have along with the past participle form of the verb. So, what is the past participle form of play? It is played. So, how we will use it? Has or have played. Again, where do we use has and where do we use have? It's the same again, that has is used for he, she, it, and have is used for I, we, you and they. So, for he, she, it, we use has. For I, we, you, they, we use have. So, I have played. They have played. But he has played or it has played. So, this is your perfect tense or perfect present tense, where we use has or have with the past participle form of the verb. Next, what is a continuous tense? So the name here itself says something which is continuing in nature or which is happening continuously. So what do we add here? We will add verb plus ing at the end, and we will also use with it what? Because it is a present continuous tense, we will use is or are with the verb along with ing. So again, is. Okay, for I we will also use am. So is used for he, she, it. Are is used for they, you, we. And am is used for I. This has become a bit clumsy, but I hope you understand. He, she, it uses is. They, you, we uses are, and I uses am. So the sentence will be like they are playing. We add the word play with ing, or we say he is playing, or I am playing. So this was your continuous tense. Next, we move on to perfect continuous tense. So again, the name says perfect plus continuous. So we will have to merge these two somehow, like the perfect tense and the continuous tense. So how do we merge them? From perfect tense, I will take has, have, and from the continuous tense, I will take the verb plus ing. So I've taken two things from both, that I've taken from perfect the has and have, and from continuous tense I've taken that the verb plus ing. But there is one more thing that will join both of them, which is been. B-double-E-N, been. So these three things will make a sentence. Has or have been playing. Again, has is used for he, she and it, and have is used for I, we, you, they. So he has been playing. I have been playing. So I hope you understand now that for simple, we use the verb itself in a singular or plural form. For perfect, we use has or have along with the past participle form of the verb. And for continuous, we use is, are or am along with the verb plus ing. And lastly, for perfect continuous, we use has, have, been plus the verb with ing. So this was about your present tense. Similarly, let's move on to past tense. So if you want to take a note of this or a screenshot, you can. Now, let's move on to past tense. It's all the same again, just a little bit of changes. Let's divide it again into 4 parts. Simple, perfect, continuous and perfect continuous. And the verb again obviously is play. P-L-A-Y, play. Now, for simple past, obviously it's a simple past, so we use the nearest past form of any verb. Here in this case is played. So for all of them, like he, she, it, I, we, you, they. We use played. I played. They played. He played or it played. So we don't use the past participle form of the verb here, but only the simple past form of the verb here. Like for example, if I say fly, for example, if I say fly, so the next past form will be flew, and the past participle form will be flown. Fly, flew, flown. So when we use the simple past tense, which of these we will use here? Flew. We will use the past tense flew and not flown, because this is your past participle tense and this is your simple past tense. So we will use flew and not flown. But in this case, as for play, it is both played and played. Like the simple past and the past participle is played and played. So this is the example which I gave you for your better understanding. Let's move on to the perfect tense. Again, for the perfect tense, the past participle form of the verb remains the same. However, remember in the present perfect we used has or have and then we use the past participle form. Here, because it is the past tense, what do we use here? Had, along with the past participle form of the verb. That is, we take here as had played. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, whatever, had played. So this was your past perfect tense. Next is your past continuous tense. Again, the verb plus ing stays the same. This is the same thing. But as we used in the present continuous tense is, are or am, here for the past continuous tense, what do we use? Was or were playing. Again, was we will use for I, he, she and it, and where will be used for they, we and you. So, for the past continuous tense, we say I was playing, they were playing, and similarly it goes on. Lastly, for the perfect continuous tense, again I take had from the perfect part and verb plus ing from the continuous part, and like the previous one, we will add been here, B-E-E-N. So, this becomes, the verb is play, so the playing. So, the sentence becomes, I had been playing, he had been playing, they had been playing. So, for the simple, we take the simple past of the given verb. For the perfect, we take had plus the past participle of the verb. For continuous, we take was or were and the verb plus ing. And for perfect continuous, we take had plus been plus verb and ing. So I hope you have understood this. Let's move on to the last form of tense, which is your future tense. Now, again the same thing. Let's divide it into 4 parts. Simple, perfect, continuous, and perfect continuous. And of course, the verb here, which is play. Now, what is your simple future tense for play? We will add one more word with this, which is will or shall, and the singular form here, which is will or shall play. Will is used with he, she, it, they, and you. And shall is used with only I and we. So, I shall play. He will play. We shall play. So, this is your simple future tense. Let's move on to your perfect tense. Future perfect tense. Again, I will take everything same from the present perfect tense, but add will or shall have played. Same. Again, this is your past participle form of the verb. It stays the same. So, I took the have from the present perfect tense. I will not take the has because it stays same. Like the have is same for all of them in this case. But I will add a will or shall here. Like I shall have played, or he will have played. So I hope you understand this, that we will add will or shall with have and then the past participle form of the verb. Next, the continuous tense. Again, the verb plus ing stays the same, and the will and shall also will continue. But here I will add one more thing, which is be, B-E-B. And the sentence goes like, he will be playing, or I shall be playing. So, will, shall, be, and then the verb with ing. Lastly, the perfect continuous tense again. Will, shall, have, and what do we add here? Been. Will, shall, have, been playing. So this is your perfect continuous in future tense. Usually the perfect and the perfect continuous in future tense is not used in a regular basis or not so relevant in the sentences, but again you know it, it's better. So for the simple tense, we use will or shall with the present form of the verb, which is will, shall, play. For the perfect thing, we do will, shall, have with the past participle form of the verb. For continuous, we will take will, shall, and we will add be here with the verb plus ing. And for the perfect continuous, we will do will, shall, have, and then been and verb plus ing. So I hope this is clear for you all now. So there are certain examples or questions for you all which will help you understand the tenses better. So the question says, identify or fill in the blanks with appropriate form of tenses which will be used in the following sentences. The first one is, I have been working on the problem. So this is a complete sentence. So obviously we will have to identify the tense here. So what does it say? I have been working. So they have used have. Have is your present tense and been working. So this is your present continuous tense. Next is I will help him if he. So like I forgot to add the bracket here. The bracket says ask. Like the verb is ask. So we will have to fill in the blank here with the appropriate form of the tense. So I will help him if he asks, which is your simple present. Next, the war dash in 1939. Here the bracket says start. The bracket here is start. So the war, because this is 1939, obviously it's in the past. So the war started in 1939, which is your simple past. This is your simple present. Next. So this is a kind of a phrase. These are the brackets or the verbs which we will have to change as per the requirement of the sentence. Sanchit, it says standing across the road and wait for me. Then he see me, he waved to me. I could not understand what he said because the moving vehicles make so much noise. So, Sanchit was standing across the road and again was waiting for me. Then he saw me, which is your simple past. He waved to me. I could not understand what he was saying because the moving vehicles were making so much noise. So this was standing was your past continuous. Again, was waiting, past continuous. Saw, simple past. Waved is your simple past. Was saying, was your past, is your past continuous. And were making, again, is past continuous. So this whole phrase is in the past tense. So we use different forms of past tense within the phrase. Lastly, I dash very tired, so I lay down on the bed and went to sleep. And the bracket here says be. So now be is something which allows you to use certain words like was, where, is, are as per the form of the tense. Like if it's let's say present tense, so I will use is or are, or it's past tense, I will use was or were. So here I was very tired, because tired here is already in past tense, so I will use was here as a past form of tense. So I hope this made you understand tenses better. If you want to learn more such things, you can always reach out to us at GenX Academy. Thank you for your patient hearing. You can contact us on these following numbers. You can always reach out to us on our social media pages on Instagram or Facebook. And come join us. Hurry up. Thank you.